Right, welcome back. Time for your newspapers. Let's take a look and see what the front pages are dealing with. I got the Business Day up first. They got their big story, 2 years to shift target. So the Bank of America says move to 3% is almost certain. It could take up to 2 years to implement a new inflation target, should it be announced as early as the end of 2025. The Bank of America Global Research said in its latest South Africa Viewpoint note, we're thinking moving to 3% is almost certain, and the Reserve Bank would not have intensified its desire if it did not have the buy-in, at least in private, if not publicly. I just wanted to read the full statement they released there. So more details on that story on the Business Day. Then citrus farmers plead for relief with just days remaining before the US enforces a steep 30% tariff on South African imports. The Citrus Growers Association of Southern Africa has appealed to the president to intervene, warning of devastating consequences for rural communities in the Northern and Western Cape. This is real. This is real. Now we are going to start feeling it and hearing more and more voices. Then we've got, of course, the photograph that's there. It's a man in a plastic boat is moved to safety on Monday after heavy rainfall in a district of Beijing in China. Swollen waterways, rivers, reservoirs across the country have worsened with flooding, which so far has killed 4 people. The stories they highlight there: anxiety eases. This is where gold prices are edging down a little bit on Monday, and heavy burden. Angola's Kumba iron ore saw its share price slump more than 4% at the start of the week to below 300 Rand. What else can I show you? Thailand and Cambodia, the big international story. Madlanga plans for witness protection. Valterra hit 1.4 billion cost from demerger. Remember, we covered that one at the stock exchange for them. And Chiefs coach still upbeat despite mounting losses. All right. I'll leave it there, even though I could carry on, but I'll leave it there for now. That's the Business Day.
And moving to the Star, speaking of the Chiefs coast, like at the top there, Chiefs Nabi hits back at criticism. That story on the back page. The AI race is getting serious. Also, What's On in Parenting, a workshop supports families navigating neurodiversity. But the lead story in the Star this morning, SAB 6.3 billion Rand Steinhoff settlement. But where is Jooster's body? Now, a lack of clear communication has intensified public doubt. The mystery surrounding the alleged death of former Steinhoff CEO Marcus Jooster has given rise to conspiracy theories, reflecting a growing lack of trust in law enforcement, according to a respected political analyst. As the dust settles on the 6.3 billion Rand agreement between the South African Reserve Bank and Ibex Holdings, which is the former Steinhoff empire, a far more unsettling question refuses to go away. No one can say where Jooster was buried. Now, while the statement by the SAB confirmed that both parties reached a settlement allowing Ibex to wind down operations, to repay creditors and conclude all related legal proceedings, the nation is still asking, where is the proof that Jooster is truly dead? And then at the bottom there, Macron's recognition of Palestine, a turning point for the Middle East. And this, of course, as the French President Emmanuel Macron has made a significant decision to recognize the state of Palestine, aiming to promote peace in the conflict-ridden Middle East. And then also on that front page, CEO slams Nedbank for reckless lending after default on a 2.6 million Rand loan. A Malawian man who has been unable to meet his monthly bond payments has accused Nedbank of reckless lending after owing over 2.6 million Rand on his home loan.
All right, let's take a look at the Citizen now, the front page of the Citizen this morning. So, of course, it's our top story as well that we've been focusing in on is what's happening with Fly Safair. Pilots shoot down pay offer. While Fly Safair faces pressure to resolve a strike by pilots as disruptions continue, Solidarity Union members refuse to back down, citing not only salary disputes but also deteriorating working conditions and a lack of trust in management. If Fly Safair gets its way, there's going to be a mass exodus, warns a pilot. So, yeah, they go into detail on that. Then the front page of the newspaper, par for the course, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and US President Donald Trump before their meeting at Trump Turnberry Golf Resort in Turnberry, Scotland yesterday. Trump Trump is on a private trip to Scotland to visit his golf courses. So there we go. They also have this story here, which is principal suspended for assault. I think that was that one about somebody not paying for a trip or something. I'll have a look at the details. I know this was a terrible story. Another one saying, you must do our job, says cops. Crime victim told to search for her own attackers. Can you believe this? And another one, I see no white people here. So I had a little look because I was quite confused. I didn't know what it was about, but turns out to be ANC Youth League's President Colin Malachi says he wants to see more diversity in the party. He was addressing youth league members at the Eastern Cape over the weekend. Malachi said the ANC has to live up to its non-racial character by ensuring that all races are represented in the ANC Youth League. So that's what is on the front page of The Citizen.
All right, moving on to the Sowetan Mkhwanazi Madlanga meeting imminent. And a picture there of the acting Deputy Chief Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga addressing the media in Sowetan yesterday regarding the inquiry into criminality, political interference and corruption in the criminal justice system. Madlanga, of course, will be chairing that inquiry that starts on Friday. And then a deadly rehab assault. He was beaten with chains and pipes. Teen recalls how his older brother was brutally attacked, starved and at an illegal center for addicts days before he died in hospital. Social Development warns the public about the dangers of mushrooming unregistered drug treatment facilities. Also, project to blacklist Papgeld defaulters begins. Revival for lost local foods at Santa City's hotel, and Cape Town City's case could send PSL into chaos. That story Stacey also has this morning.
Right, remember our SABC News website, visit it, sabcnews.com, all of those stories and more, and download that beautiful app, please.
Indeed. If you haven't yet, you're missing out. SABC Plus. All you have to do is register and you're good to go.